Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Sarah Steckler here. Today, I'm super excited about this. I've never done a flip through of one of my Hobonichis. I have a ton of these, but I thought I'd start with this 2024 one. I think I hesitated looking at this myself just because of the election at the end of the year, and this was a big year. My husband was deployed for the majority of it for 9 months, and so that was really tough emotionally and just being isolated, and there was just a lot of stuff, but there was also so much good stuff. And so if you're into sticking around for kind of a chatty little planner video and hearing about what was going on and some of my thoughts about life and just getting some layout ideas, then stick around. But again, this is the English Hobonichi Techno. I did go through it and marked out. I was surprised I actually didn't have too much personal stuff in here that I didn't want the internet to see, so it didn't take me too long. But and let me just make sure everything's in frame. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and flip through it. I have a Midori plastic cover on here, and I just leave them on here, and I'm actually just really impressed with how chunky this one got. So let's get to it. So this actually is a little pocket, and this note my husband actually left for me when I worked in I worked at a university in downtown Seattle. When we were dating, he came to an event I'd put together for the university, and he left this note at my cubicle, and so I found it the next day, and I always have had it there. It's really special to me, and I was like, oh, I should put it somewhere that's like a little bit more safe. So anyway, it's just living in here. So a lot of these stickers in here are from Shine Sticker Studio. I'm not going to go through where I got all the stickers, but let's just kind of flip through. So got the monthlies in here, and some of them I was really consistent with, some of them not so much. Oh, I did my birthday month, June, in 2024, I did start a little garden outside. So it was like my first time trying to garden, and we lived in San Diego, and I was actually really successful with growing stuff. It was really fun. I ate my first homegrown like tomato out in the backyard, rinsed it off with a hose and put some salt on it. It was like the most incredible thing I'd ever eaten. So this was really fun. So I'm glad that I kept track of like when things were sprouting. Just some political stuff. Gosh, it's like looking back at just this whole year was crazy. Let's see. In October, my husband got back from his deployment. Then I got like super sick after the election. Like I was so sick. I'm trying to remember which, it doesn't even matter. I was just really, yeah, look at this. It like still went into December, and then I got food poisoning from eating green potatoes. I still can't eat potatoes. That was one of the worst. So anyway, just super sick. It's so rare that I get that sick, but it was just back to back, and I think my immune system was compromised because of just being so stressed. But I also wanted to do this like theme thing for the months, but I wasn't consistent with it. And then this year was just so crazy, but I kind of had some like highlighted things that I wrote down there. The next one I came back through, and I bought all these really cute, this is kind of like on almost like a thicker newspaper type of paper. I came back through and added these in. And at first I was like, oh no, because I used a special clear like glue gel, and at first it like made everything kind of wrinkly, but now I kind of love it because it's all crinkly and cool. Let's see. This was right before my husband deployed. And then you can see all these. A lot of these remind me of the Pacific Northwest, even though I think they're depicting Japan mostly. I don't know if I do this again, but it was kind of a fun way to come back through, and because once my husband deployed, I just got so sad, and I wasn't really consistent with my planner. And I remember I was really having a hard time with migraines and sleeping. That's right, because No, was that the same year? We had a gas leak in our home that made me really sick and a bunch of migraines. I think that was the year prior. I can't remember. It's so hard to remember. There's Bella, so cute. I was playing around with, I have a thermal printer, and I was playing around with like creating little stickers. Actually made a course, I'll link it below, on how to create your own thermal label stickers, like really cute ones. Then I started using this more for like business stuff here and there, and I really loved that I got into all these Shine Sticker Studio stickers because they're just so cute. These are from like Washi Tape Shop. I love those stickers. I don't know, I was trying to draw there. I'm not an artist. Oh yeah, I ended up getting a smart TV for the kitchen because I just felt so isolated in San Diego specifically. It's just hard to find your people when we're moving all the time, and it really like bumped up my spirits having a TV in there because I could like listen to stuff while I was cooking and doing things. This was printed on like a little portable thermal printer. Let's see. What is this quote? Man stands face to face with the irrational he feels within him and his longing for happiness and for reason. The absurd is born of this confrontation between the human need and the unreasonable silence of the world. Oh, I was reading a little bit about absurdism and philosophy, and I was taking notes. That's what this is. I'm like really fascinated by different takes on like views of the world, and so I think I was taking notes on that. And I just like randomly put some stickers in here. Oh my gosh, this is slightly embarrassing, but like I thought I'd keep this in here to show you. So this, okay, I don't know why I put the Skippy in here, but I got my first gray hair on top of my head, and it was like sticking out like right where my bangs are, or my bangs would be if I had them. Anyway, and I saved it and I taped it in here. My mom said she got her first gray hair at the same age, so I thought that was just like really interesting. I haven't seen one since, but anyway, that's what that was there. Things I want for my birthday. Oh yeah, so I really wanted squirrels at our house in San Diego. We actually had like a really lush backyard. We lived in military housing, and it was really nice. We had this huge big tree, and finally a squirrel showed up, and I just was like beside myself, so happy, because I was like, I wanted nothing more than to have squirrels in our backyard. I love these pages I would do. I still do these just on this like opening month page. It's just such a great way to like kind of like map out what you're doing and what your intentions are. I just love those so much. Oh yeah, these girls came up to me. They were selling lemonade. It was so cute. And I was like, I don't have any cash. And they're like, we take Venmo. I just thought that was cute. My husband, my handsome guy on deployment. Hope he doesn't mind being in my planner video. Some cool stamps. Oh yeah, Bella had her teeth cleaning. I don't know if you can see these very well. My mom sent me all these packages for my birthday. It was really special. She was so like out of it she gets extra grumpy and stubborn, and I couldn't get her to get to the car, so they brought her out on a gurney, and it was like the cutest thing ever. This spread is one of my favorites I've ever made. So this is our backyard in San Diego. We had this giant, beautiful tree, and I just happened to have like all the perfect stickers for this. Let me just read you what I wrote. I said, it all started when I saw the pregnant mama squirrel back in February. Now we routinely see 2 to 4 squirrels at a time. They look down at us from the big tree. They watch Bella and Dubby. They are very curious about them. They love black sunflower seeds, peanuts, apples, carrots. I found a bunch of peanuts in shell buried in an old planter. Happy cuties. But I just spent so many hours out there watching them. It was just special times. My birthday, I actually, gosh, I was 37. I went to Aldi, I think. I like took myself to Aldi. My mom sent me some money, and I like got some cool stuff. decided to take the entire week off for my birthday. Oh, here's some photos. They're hard to see. They're a little bit dark, but I got like flowers. And then I wrote some stuff about Bella, like what she needs, even though she's the cutest, but she's so needy. As I get closer to 40, I find myself much more intentional about where and how I spend my energy. Oh, isn't that the truth? This is such a cute little spread. And then the rest of June, doesn't look like I did a whole lot. Oh, I liked this. I wrote down kind of like summer bop, so like popular songs at the time that I also kind of liked. That's fun. How quickly we forget, right? And then just some like random stickers from a pickup order I did. Grocery pickup. This was hard, just about everything going on. I remember though, was this where I wrote down? Oh, okay. So there was like, I was at this park in San Diego, and there was a bunch of like painted rocks that were really sweet. I think this was also the time when I was sitting at the park and this little toddler came running up to Bella, and the mom kind of yelled like, is it okay if he says hi to your bulldog? And I was like, yeah. And he came right up to Bella and he put like both his hands around her face and like gave her a big smooch. And it was like, mwah! And she was all dazed, and it was like so cute. Oh my gosh. Joe Biden stepped out of the race. God, this was like such a crazy time. Oh, I have that tape because I don't want to show that. And I just wrote down my thoughts about that. Let's see here. That's such a, I love these stickers. I think some of these are from the Happy Planner books. And you can see like there's so many times I just like didn't write in anything in here, but it's still fun to look back. Here's another page where I did like kind of like projects that I wanted to work on. And these are great to come reference later because so often I forget like, oh yeah, I wanted to do that and I never did it. I didn't love living in San Diego. I wasn't a fan of the it just felt like it was constantly summer, and I'm not a summer girly, and I hate the heat and the sun. I know I'm the minority in that, but I just wrote like, I cannot wait for seasons. And now we're living somewhere where there's tons of seasons and cold, and it's just, I'm so much more grateful because of that. Kind of gross. I saved my, I didn't get a sticker for my COVID vaccine, so I saved the Band-Aid. There wasn't really anything on it, but I just like put that in there. Things bringing me joy. Oh, I love this. So Shine Sticker Studio did stickers for Kamala, and I bought them up real quick and did this spread and this one. Gosh. Oh yeah, there was like a big leak in our house that took forever to fix. The reflections on social media. What did I say? I never remember having all these problems before social media. It's so true. Gosh, I'm so glad I'm off of there now. These are pretty. I love these spreads. I'm always reminded of how easy and cute it can be to just do highlighters for the back. And it just brings the whole page together. I love these to-do list stickers. Just super cute. Current library books I had checked out. Some of these I don't know that I finished. I'll have to come back through here. It's also so interesting to me what library books are available, because we live so many different places, like across the country, libraries and what they have, you know, based on like the population, the demographic, all that, I'm sure. Okay, October stuff. Oh yeah, I like didn't finish reading this. I really liked this though. I've been getting into my like romancy stuff. Oh, okay. I was really proud of this. I'm not an artist, but I really loved my sketch of this pigeon. There was this pigeon. So I used to feed the pigeons in San Diego. I had like a whole kiddie pool of like water I'd put out for them every day, and they'd like bathe in there, and I would feed them. At one point I had like 80 pigeons that they'd come into like on the telephone lines and sit there. And then I was like, oh no, like I'm the pigeon lady. This is probably a health hazard. So I had to like stop feeding them. But, one evening this pigeon was there like all day. She was like really tired, and I was worried she was gonna die, and she actually let me like pick her up like on a cup, and I was able to get her to drink water. I put some like vinegar in water, and she ended up like feeling better and like flying away that evening, and so it was just really sweet. Oh yeah, there's a giant pigeon statue in NYC. I hope it's still there. I don't know if they've since taken it down. It's like I hear about things and then I live closer to them, and then by the time I move somewhere, it's too late. My husband got back from his deployment. There's Bella, so happy. A note from him. Let's see. Okay. I liked these like little stickers I made. And then, oh, happy Halloween. Election day. I don't think, yeah, after this, I remember this is when I got really sick, so I like really didn't do anything in here. This was really cute. I liked how I did this. These are more Shine Stickers Studio stickers. We had a tsunami warning. That was crazy. That was also, was this the same day? No, I think that was another year. We also had an earthquake in San Diego. It sounded and felt like a truck hit the fence on the side of the house. I was like, what is going on? It was just like a real quick short one. It was like 5 something. And I'm used to earthquakes because I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. So it wasn't like the biggest one I've ever felt, but I was like, what? I really want to come back to these stickers and these colors. I just love them so much. Very grumpy. I love, this is a stationery shop I've ordered from quite a few times, and I love the tape she puts on her boxes, and I always try to get all of it off. It's like kind of hard to do, but I did a good job with this one. Stamp, I kind of messed up there. There's this little video my husband and I always joke about where they like moved around the letters on on their mom's like garage, from Merry Christmas to Creamy Shits. And she's like, shits, creamy shits. So it just always makes me laugh. So there's some like more personal reflections back there that I won't let you see or get into. But there she is, Miss Chonk. Just really love this size planner. If nothing else, I really just want to continue to memory keep in these every year. Right now, they all live in I have a Toyo Steel box. Maybe I'll show it in another video sometime. And they all just sit in there, and they're just so great. Like, and I feel like they're just a great way to look back at like what happened in the year. So that's my little flip through. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.